It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we got a beer from Privatbrauerei Kaiserdom, and it's their Hefe Weissbier natural beer. It's in a 1 litre. Look at the size of this. A 1 litre can. Some of you might remember the old Faxe brewery from Denmark, the big cans of Viking beer that you could pick up in 1 litre cans. Well, yeah, this is kind of one of those. As a Weissbier though, I'm going to start off by saying it's 4.7% ABV. I'd say normally for a Weissbier, probably the minimum you would expect. Normally a Weissbier, something like Franziskaner, 5.2% ABV, Paulaner Weissbier, 5.5% ABV. This brewery is based in Bamberg in Germany. They're described as a microbrewery, so maybe they just specialise in this. Maybe they bought the Danish Faxe brewery canning machine, who knows? Or maybe they have their own. Without further ado, I picked this up in an Italian supermarket. I'm still in Ferrara in northern Italy. Unbelievable size can. You'll see the size of the can now when I got my... I mean, this is a silly, a rather large wine glass. Have a look at the size of the can of this. It just looks absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? To the point where it doesn't really want to pour properly. I did have a look, a very quick look on Untapped with this beer, and every picture that I've seen with this beer poured, it had this rather lovely looking, I mean, look at that lovely creamy rich head there, that nice tight rich head. That head doesn't look like it wants to go anywhere, does it? It looks like it wants to stick around for a long time. Beers generally want to do two things. Their heads want to dissipate very quickly, or their heads want to stick around quite a long time. And I prefer the heads that want to stick around a long time, especially when they look nice and tight like that. That looks really good. Good levels of carbonation. 2-finger white head. Hazy straw coloured beer. Let's get the aroma then. Oh, a little bit smoky. A little bit of smoke on the aroma. Spicy, banana-y, kind of clove-like. It smells really good. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. That's decent enough. But I want to start off by saying, for the people who are screaming in the comments box saying, why hasn't that man got a Weissbier glass? I'm on holiday. I'm in an Airbnb. I went out shopping to look specifically for decent Weissbier glasses because I do love my Weissbier when I'm on holiday. And what I found with Ferrara in Italy is that there's lots of Weissbier here. Lots of Weissbier here. But I'm yet to drink a Weissbier in northern Italy, in Ferrara, in a Weissbier glass. It's almost like this slight disconnect has happened where, I mean, let me just go back a couple of steps. Weissbier should be served in a Weissbier glass. I totally understand that. You might be looking at this Weissbier in an oversized wine glass, but that was the best that I could do. I went to IKEA. I went to glassware store. I went everywhere. I went to bars. I went for a pint of Pilsener, and they served a pint of Pilsener in an English dimpled pub glass, which I was like, this is kind of annoying. So loads of Weissbier in northern Italy, but not the correct glassware. So I ended up in if you know Italy, if you know northern Italy, then you'll know we call them Chinese shops. They're like kind of your Poundlands, if you like, your pound stores. They're run by the Chinese people. So I popped into this Chinese store and I picked up a couple of cheap €2 oversized wine glass, and that was the best I could do. Everything else had speckles and dimples, and you couldn't really see the beer properly. I thought, let's make do with this. So back to the beer review. It's decent beer. It's kind of hoppy in a traditional German stinging nettle hoppy sense. It's got some spiciness and pepperiness coming through. It's kind of herbal at the same time. It's banana-y, it's peppery, it's spicy. It's got a nice creamy, rich mouthfeel. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of the flavour. It's actually a pretty decent. The only thing I'm going to say is that I have spilt beer on the table. There's probably a reason why this sort of thing didn't take off. These large cans is that they don't pour very well. It's kind of drip beer all over the table. No harm done. It's a lovely old, what looks like an oak table. No harm done, but if you're drinking a beer, if you're drinking this over a cream carpet, then perhaps pour it over the sink. But yeah, let's sum this up. A pretty decent Weissbier, let's rate it. Good aroma, good look to the beer, pretty decent taste. My first time of drinking this beer. It was €2 a can, so it wasn't overly expensive. €2 for a litre of German Weissbier in northern Italy. 7 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating for this beer. Not great, not bad, pretty decent. 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.